South Korea is one of the most advanced economies in Asia. Despite being relatively small in size, with a land area similar to that of the state of Indiana, it has managed to establish itself as a major player in the region. The country is known for its highly developed infrastructure and advanced technology sector, as well as its strong education system. Although it lacks significant natural resources, such as large gas reserves, South Korea is still much better than its neighbor and export, North Korea, and its 10th on number in terms of nominal GDP. All of that is just because of one company, Samsung. Samsung is one of the largest companies in the world and has a significant presence in many industries, including electronics, appliances, and consumer goods. However, some experts argue that Samsung's dominance in South Korea has become dangerous, raising concerns about the company's power and influence over the country's economy, politics, and society. The company is responsible for a significant portion of the country's GDP and exports, and it is the largest employer in the country. Its success has led to the growth of other companies in South Korea, but it has also led to a concentration of power and wealth in the hands of a few large companies. Samsung had influence over South Korean politics. The company has a long history of lobbying the government to support its interests and has been accused of using its power to influence policies and regulations. This has raised questions about the integrity of the political system and the potential for corruption. But to understand the whole story, we need to understand that how Samsung came into power and how Samsung managed to get so much influence in the country. Samsung was founded in 1938 by Lee Byung-chul in South Korea. Initially, the company was a small trading business that dealt mainly in dried fish, vegetables, and fruit. However, over the years, the company diversified into other areas such as food processing, textiles, and insurance. The company's growth was driven by the post-World War II economic boom in South Korea, which saw a rapid increase in demand for consumer goods. In the 1960s, Samsung entered the electronics industry and began producing black and white televisions and other consumer electronics. The company's electronics division quickly became one of its most profitable, and Samsung began to invest heavily in research and development in order to stay ahead of the competition. In the 1970s and 1980s, Samsung focused on heavy industry, such as shipbuilding and construction. This diversification helped the company to become one of the largest and most successful companies in South Korea. However, the company was heavily dependent on the South Korean government for contracts and was at the mercy of the government's policy decisions. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Samsung began to expand its presence in the global electronics market with the launch of products such as the Samsung City Home Entertainment System. This was an important step for the company, as it helped to establish Samsung as a major player in the global electronics market. But in the late 1990s and early 2000s, Samsung intensified its focus on the consumer electronics market with a particular emphasis on mobile phones and televisions. The company's success in these areas helped it become one of the largest and most influential electronic companies in the world. Samsung's mobile phones, in particular, were known for their sleek design and advanced features, which helped to establish the company as a major player in the global smartphone market. In recent years, Samsung also had expanded into new areas such as biotechnology and renewable energy. The company has invested heavily in research and development in these areas and has established itself as a major player in the global biotechnology and renewable energy markets. In addition to its focus on new technologies, Samsung has also invested heavily in its brand. The company has worked hard to establish itself as a leading innovator in the technology industry and has built a reputation for producing high-quality, cutting-edge products. This has helped to establish Samsung as a trusted and respected brand that is synonymous with quality and innovation. Another key factor in Samsung's success has been its ability to adapt to changing market conditions. The company has been able to quickly respond to shifts in consumer demand and has been able to introduce new products and technologies that meet the needs of consumers. This has helped to ensure that Samsung remains a major player in the global technology industry. The company has a presence in over 74 countries and employs over almost 266,673 people worldwide. Samsung's products are used by millions of people around the world. One of the main ways that Samsung contributes to the South Korean economy is through its extensive operations in the country, with several factories and research and development facilities throughout the country. This provides jobs and income for many South Koreans and helps to support the local economy. J.Y. Lee, a 48-year-old South Korean businessman, is the vice chairman of Samsung. However, since his father Lee Kun-hee had a heart attack in 2014, J.Y. Lee has been widely considered the de facto leader of the company. His father Lee Kun-hee led Samsung for decades, transforming it from a component supplier to a maker of consumer products and building a global brand. He was known for his drive and determination, famously gathering 150,000 Samsung phones that failed quality tests and setting them on fire as a demonstration of his commitment to quality. Under the leadership of J.Y. Lee, Samsung has shifted its focus back to components, a sector that has seen growth due to the increasing demand for more advanced features in smartphones. Recently, Samsung made a significant move in the automotive industry by striking an $8 billion deal to acquire Harman International, a leading manufacturer of smart components for cars. This acquisition has helped Samsung expand its presence in the automotive market and provide new opportunities for growth. J.Y. Lee's position at Samsung is not necessarily in jeopardy. South Korea has a tradition of pardoning the leaders of its largest family-run companies. And due to Samsung's enormous size and impact on the country's economy, past efforts to penalize the company or its executives have been met with concerns about the potential economic consequences. This is particularly true as Samsung is a key player in South Korea's economy, and its success is closely tied to the overall well-being of the nation. Any action taken against the company or its executives would have a ripple effect on the economy and could cause significant disruption. Moreover, Samsung has a strong supply chain in South Korea. For example, the company works with a large number of suppliers and partners in South Korea, which helps to create jobs and income for other businesses in the country. Another way Samsung contributes to South Korean economy is through its investment in research and development. The company is a major investor in research and development in South Korea, and it works closely with universities and other organizations to develop new technologies and products. This helps to support the country's high-tech industries and promote innovation and growth. Despite these concerns, Samsung's dominance over South Korea is unlikely to change in the near future. The company's success is deeply ingrained in the country's economy and culture, and it is unlikely that any government or regulatory body will be able to effectively challenge the company's power. However, it is important for policymakers and citizens to be aware of the potential dangers of Samsung's dominance and to actively work to mitigate any negative effects on the country's economy, politics, and society. One way to mitigate the negative effects of Samsung's dominance is to encourage and support small and medium-sized enterprises in South Korea, SMEs. This can be done through policies that provide access to funding and resources for SMEs, and through programs that promote entrepreneurship and innovation. Additionally, stricter regulations and oversight of large companies, including Samsung, can help ensure that they are operating in a fair and transparent manner. What do you think about Samsung? Leave your feedback in the comment section below. We will see you with another great video.